to nourish our bodies and our souls to survive. Today we are talking about a very critical issue, which is food. And we mustn't compromise that food for the business sake. We must admit it that most of the rural women, like I said, I'm from the Rural Women's Assembly, are small-scale farmers practicing subsistence farming because they are the ones who are feeding the families. And we are saying today we are gathered here to talk about how we can move from subsistence farming to commercial farming. Now, from the Rural Women's Assembly perspective, we are saying there is no way we can do away with subsistence farming. People must be taught to produce what they eat or eat what they produce. Because for us, eating is not just to fill our stomachs. It involves the issues of health. And with commercial farming, there are so many implications which are negative implications with the subsistence farming. The use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. And it is not true that commercial farming is increasing the yields. It's not true. We have seen that ever since there is an introduction of this commercial farming, many countries, including mine, the yields have deteriorated like anything else. I am from Lesotho. Lesotho used to be food secure. So much that we are practicing subsistence farming, so much that we're able to sell the surplus to South Africa, which is our only neighboring country. We're feeding the Kimberley mine with our cereals. But ever since someone, I don't know from where, introduced the commercial farming, we are living on handouts now from other countries. In March, it was announced that it was, during the national budget speech, it was announced that 591,000 people were in hunger. But as we speak, only last month, the number increased to 700,000. Just in a matter of 3 months in between. And we are still encouraging the people to practice the commercial agriculture. As small-scale farmers, we just need to be supported financially or to have access on finance. Unfortunately, our governments are failing us. In that, for an example, in most of the African countries, we have what we call the FISIPs. It's a farming input subsidy programs in our countries, which were supposed to be helping the small-scale farmers in the rural areas to improve their conditions there so that they are able to improve their productions. However, the very same subsidy programs, it's benefiting the multinational companies where they are buying the so-called hybrid seeds, chemical fertilizers, pesticides and herbicides. As if we don't have our own indigenous seeds in our countries. So what we see as the challenges for small-scale farmers is the rise of corporate control of the whole food chain, from seed and land to processing and distribution. Increasing land grabs, environmental devastations that deeply impact on soil quality and food production, and contributing to the changing climate conditions. Rising patterns of violence against women that are coming alongside the erosion of land rights by agricultural and extractive corporations, and the destruction of peasant agriculture and the wholesale destruction of nature. The failure of many of our governments to support the needed land tenure reform, especially the strengthening of women's land rights, deepening the rural poverty and rising inequality across the region. Smart agriculture has to use the human rights-based approach if ever we have to change from subsistence to smart agriculture. It has to be inclusive of small-scale farmers in the decision-making and implementation. And it has to acknowledge and include small-scale farmers' indigenous knowledge.
Thank you very much, Madam. Your name is so difficult.
Mama Lefetsane.
Okay, Madam Fakoe, thank you very much for that nice contribution. I like her contribution, and she has balanced the discussion, as you can see, in many ways. First, she has spoken on behalf of the farmers, because normally when we meet here, we are already brothers and sisters. But she has spoken as a farmer. That was the first balance. But also, she has spoken as a woman. So that's another balance. That the most critical balance is the last issue of challenging the notion that we have to transform subsistence farmers into smart farmers. This is very critical. And she has challenged all of us to think differently. She suggests that subsistence farmers should be supported. I don't know, to remain the way they are or whatever, but she says even the support that comes to the farmers, they don't benefit the farmers. They benefit multinational companies that sell modern seeds and inputs. She forgot to mention maybe even government officials through elite captures, like who benefit from subsidies. Maybe if she had the time, she could have talked about that. So she also suggests support through land tenure and the involvement, and the instrumental involvement, really involvement in decision making. I like her contribution. It is challenging us to continue thinking about these issues. We thought it is a simple thing. It is not simple. The people we are trying to fight to liberate, they don't see it that way. We have to convince them why they should become smart farmers, not remain subsistence farmers. So as I give you time to contribute, I will give you time to contribute. You must be able to help her, convince her that actually she needs to become a smart farmer. Yeah? Okay, we have one last speaker before I open up the discussion to the, yeah? Finish it? We are done. Okay, we are done. Now I can open up for questions. Please take the questions. You will have to respond to these questions at a later stage. Be very brief so that we can have many people contributing to this. Karibu.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Frederick Fusi. I'm the CEO of ChangeLab Consulting. I would love to commend Dr. Makame for such a brilliant and very good presentation. You mentioned, actually all the speakers, you had good presentations of this session. In your presentation, Dr. Makame, you mentioned the 6 obstacles of smart farming. And I think we can even add the 7th one, which is, the first one you said it is the implementation of the Maputo Declaration, allocating 10% of national budgets for agriculture. And another obstacle which I see, this session is very important, but unfortunately it was allocated a time at an 11th hour this time. And this is one of the reasons, and is an evidence that agriculture in Africa, in SADC, is not being given an attention and that priority that we think it should be given. Now, I didn't expect to have very brilliant and very amazing thoughts on smart farming in your presentation. I would have loved to listen to your presentation in the morning instead of an 11th hour. So this also is also an evidence that we do not put value in agriculture. But also I commend the presentation of Johan. Your presentation is amazing, but I have one question for you. You mentioned the per country program that you're implementing in the SADC region, and you mentioned in Tanzania you're doing a program for coffee, fruits, and veggies. So I would love to know and learn further from you. What is the progress of these programs in Tanzania? And if you would allow me, because this is an 11th hour, I'll come and exchange my business card with you, and I also take yours. So you can answer me that question. Thank you very much.
Sana. Yep. We'll take several questions before I allow them to respond. Any other contribution? Yeah, please. Please. Okay, karibu.
Asante sana. Mimi taongea Kiswahili. Kwanza napenda nishukuru kwa meza kuu pamoja na presentation zote zilizoongelewa hapo. Kwangu mimi naona kama ni fursa. Watanzania sasa tumekuwa na fursa. Mimi naitwa Said Godfrey Simkonda, natokea shirika la The Winner Mwanga Cultural Heritage Association, wilaya ya Kisarawe, mkoa wa Pwani. Tumekuwa na project tangu mwaka 2016 mpaka leo, na tumejenga vikundi, kuvijengea uwezo vikundi 27, wanachama kama 850. Nimefurahi kukutana kwanza leo na hii presentation, kwa sababu inawezekana ikawa ndo tatizo la kuweza kuleta maendeleo mazuri. Kwamba kumekuwa na tatizo katika uzalishaji wa mazao ya kilimo, hasa wakulima wa vijijini. Mpango wetu wa kwanza tumeweza kuwawezesha wananchi. Kwanza walikuwa hawana umiliki wa mashamba, kwa hiyo vigezo vya kukopesheka hata kibenki walikuwa hawana sifa. Sasa hivi tayari tumeshawasupport na kuweza kuwamilikisha mashamba wanachama wasiopungua 450 wilaya ya Kisarawe, kwa kushirikiana na halmashauri ya wilaya ya Kisarawe. Na sasa tunatarajia kuzalisha tani 13,500 kutoka kwa hawa wananchi. Kuna mashamba ya aina mbili. Kuna mashamba ya ekari 50 kwa kila mwananchi mmoja, lakini pili kuna mashamba ya ekari 10 kushuka chini, lakini tatu kuna mashamba ya ekari 2. Elimu tunayoifundisha ni kuanzia mkulima aliyekuwa anazalisha, kama alivyotangulia msemaji mama hapo kutoka Lesotho, kwamba mkulima aweze kutoka kwenye walau tani 1 kwenda mpaka tani 2. Hichi ndio kilimo tunachokihitaji. Tumefanya research wilaya ya Kisarawe, asilimia kubwa wakulima wa Tanzania hawajawahi kupata gunia zisizoanzia tani 3 mpaka tani 2. Kila mkulima unayemuuliza anakwambia mimi nikilima napata gunia 5. Sasa hivi tumefanya training za kuwafundisha good agriculture GAP. Unaona, mafunzo ambayo kwetu sisi tunataraji kuona kwamba anaweza kaleta tija. Kwa hiyo tulikuwa tunauliza swali moja kwa mwezeshaji kutoka SGS. Tunataka kuweza kupata cheti cha SGS. Je, SGS mtakuwa tayari kuja kushirikiana nasi kuweza kuwawezesha hawa wananchi katika kupata mafunzo ya uzalishaji bora na utunzaji bora wa haya mazao ili yaweze kukizi viwango vya kimataifa na kwenda kwenye soko la nje? Lakini swali lingine litakwenda kwa Mheshimiwa Makame. Mheshimiwa, kwanza napenda kukushukuru sana. Napenda kushukuru sana kwa uwepo wako, lakini sasa wakati wetu mwafaka tumeona ni huu. Kwenye upande wa hizi tani tumeweza kufanya ni kilimo cha mkataba. Tumewafundisha negotiation, masuala ya kubageni bei na nini na kila kitu, ili mradi mkulima asiweze kuhangaika na soko kwanza la ndani. Soko la ndani bado hatujaweza kulifikia viwango. Kwa soko la ndani tukiweza kulifikia, tunajua sasa huyu anayenunua mazao anayapeleka wapi, yana ubora gani. Kwa sasa sisi kama shirika kwa kushirikiana na wataalamu wa halmashauri ya wilaya Kisarawe, tulichokiona sasa hivi kupitia shirika letu, tulikuwa tunatafuta mtaji wa kuweza kununua equipment ambayo itakuwa ni plant ambayo installation pale kijiji cha Gwata, kwa sababu halmashauri ya kijiji cha Gwata tayari wameshatupatia eneo lenye ukubwa wa ekari 50, ambapo pale tumeplani kuweka mitambo ya aina 2. Mtambo wa kwanza ni maize milling liner ambayo utakuwa na uwezo wa kuprocess mazao hayo ya wakulima kutoka tani kwa masaa 24 rice milling liner pamoja na kugrade kila kitu wenye uwezo wa tani 50 kwa masaa 24. Sasa kwa kuwa mheshimiwa huko hapa meza kuu, je, unaweza ukatusaidia kuweza kupata mtaji wa kuweza kulipia hizi equipment, kwa sababu tayari tumesha request hata huko kampuni za nje China mitambo yenye viwango vya ISO ili tuweze kukizi soko la SADC, kwa sababu tunaashumu kwamba katika uzalishaji wa awamu ya kwanza tutakuwa na uwezo wa kuzalisha hizo tani 13,000, lakini kwenye phase 2 2020-2021 tunatarajia kuongeza uzalishaji kufikia tani 30,000 kutoka mazao ya mpunga, alizeti, mahindi pamoja na kuchakata mafuta ya alizeti. Kwa sababu katika mpango tulionao huu mtambo wa maize milling liner una uwezo wa kuchakata tena, yani yale mahindi yatatoa product 3. Punje moja ya mahindi itakuwa na uwezo wa kutoa 7% mpaka 9% ya mafuta ya mahindi. Kwa hiyo tumeona kwamba ni ili kuweza kuongeza value chain haya mazao, sio kuyachukua tu afu mkulima ana package na yanakwenda nje. Kwa hiyo tumeona kwamba sisi kama shirika tumeshawafundisha kilimo bora, lakini changamoto walionayo ni mitaji. Lakini benki NMB walikuwa tayari kuweza kutoa mkopo. Sasa kidogo, kwa sababu tuna mashamba ya aina 2. Kuna mashamba mapya ambayo ni mashamba pori, yanahitaji equipment ambazo zitaweza kung'oa vile visiki, lakini pamoja na mashamba ambayo tayari yanalimwa. Kwenye upande wa uwezeshaji PH tunao Yara Tanzania Limited. Wao wamekubali kuingia mkataba na sisi na wako tayari kumpimia kila mwananchi ambao ni mwanakundi, kumpimia shamba lake ule udongo na kuweza kujua udongo ule unahitaji mbolea ya aina gani. Kwa hiyo tumekubaliana nao na wao wako tayari. Kwa hiyo changamoto tulionao ni mashamba hayo aina 2, hasa mashamba makubwa ambayo yanahitaji kusafishwa kwanza. Je, Mheshimiwa Makame, utatusaidiaje sisi wananchi wa Kisarawe kupitia hili shirika letu ili hao wananchi waweze kuyaandaa haya mashamba kwa kipindi hiki cha mwaka 2019-20 kwa kuwa tayari wameshaanza kusaini contract na mnunuzi atakayenunua hayo mazao, kwa sababu watu wa bankers walikuwa wamesema tuko tayari kutoa mikopo. Cha kwanza, mkulima awe na hati. Cha pili, awe na contract business farming, ambayo tayari ile contract business farming inakwenda kumgrant kwamba NMB au CRDB atakuwa tayari kutoa ule mkopo, kwa sababu tayari anayenunua yale mazao anamjua. Atakuwa ameingia mikataba na watu watatu, ambaye atakuwa ameingia mkataba na groups, atakuwa ameingia mkataba na mnunuzi na yeye mwenyewe mkopeshaji, kwa maana ya kwamba anajua mazao yale huwa kwa kawaida wanalipa mwishoni mwa msimu wa manunuzi ya yale mazao. Kwa hiyo mnunuzi analipa kwenye akaunti ya kile kikundi. Sasa kwa mafunzo haya yote tayari tumeshayakamilisha, na leo ujaji wa hapa nilikuwa naisubiri sana hii program ya agribusiness ili kuweza kujua kwamba kilio chetu sisi kama shirika, kwa kuwa tayari tushatumia hela nyingi, na serikali inaweza ikatusaidiaje kupitia mifuko yake ya uwezeshaji kwa niaba ya wananchi wa wilaya Kisarawe, lakini pili na kwa niaba ya SADC pamoja na Tanzania, kwa sababu kitakachozalishwa pale kitakuwa kimeenda kuitangaza bendera ya Tanzania, lakini na SADC kwa ujumla tayari tutakuwa na uwezo kupeleka product zetu zenye viwango vinavyokubalika na SGS, lakini vinavyokubalika na ISO. Asante, ni hayo tu.
Asante sana, tumekupata vizuri. Thank you very much. I think we should end up here. How do you find it? Do you still have energy to continue? Okay, two more. Ladies first. Okay, Karibu.
My name is Dina Bina. I'm from Dina Flowers Company Limited and also a member of Tanzania Women Chambers of Commerce. Thank you so much for the many presentations, very valuable presentations that have been given this evening. My question or my observation goes to what Madam Fakoye presented. I sat down and thought exactly what she meant. And what I'm thinking is, what she's aiming at is for us to stay organic with our natural preservatives and natural things that we have been using, but go commercial. Because what I've seen recently, a lot of countries, Europe and other places, they want to come to Africa to get things that have been organically produced. Even some people are looking for some cows from Tanzania, from Dodoma, that have been grazing naturally. They say that's the best beef in the world. So if our things are the best, and we've been growing them the way we have done them indigenously, can our experts in agriculture find a way of improving what we've been using, like the cow dungs and the neem tree spray, to preserve or to make sure that we don't lose the crop because of some insects, but put the manure and compost that we normally used to do, and be the best producers in the world, because everybody will be running to SADC countries to get these organic products. Thank you.
That's a very good advice to Madam Fakoye. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Naitwa Peter Marwa. I will ask my question in Swahili. Siko mbali sana na mzungumzaji aliyepita. Hoja yangu kutokana na maelezo yako pia moderator, ukitaka kusema kwamba wachangiaji wamsaidie mama kutoka Lesotho kwa mtizamo wake, lakini kwa nini tusifikirie pia na sisi kujisaidia kujaribu kuelewa hoja yake? Kwa sababu anazungumzia namna ya kubaki katika hicho substance farming, lakini yeye amezungumzia kwenye commercial farming. Na tukizungumzia kwenye commercial farming, ina maana kinachoangaliwa hapo ni upataji wa faida zaidi kuliko dhana nzima ya kilimo kwa maana ya kutupatia chakula. Kwa sababu mwisho wa siku chochote kile kinachohitajika, hata kama tutakikuza kwa kiwango kikubwa kiasi gani, lazima kibaki kutuletea yale mahitaji ya msingi ambayo tunahitaji chakula kwa ajili yake. Sasa kuna dhana ya commercial farming na smart farming. Sijui kama ni vitu ambavyo vinafanana, lakini ukiangalia ni kwamba smart farming inajaribu kukuza kiwango cha uzalishaji bila kubadili aina ile ya uzalishaji. Kwa mfano kama mahindi, tukichukulia mahindi, sisi ambao tunakula ugali, tumezoea kula ugali ambao haujakobolewa. Sasa ukienda kwenye, tunataka smart farming, tukuze kiwango hicho. Kama mtu alikuwa na uwezo kutengeneza labda gunia 1, sasa atengeneze gunia 100, lakini ikiwa katika hali ile ile. Ukienda kwenye commercial, kuna vitu vingi vitatumika hapo kama hivyo viuatilishi na mbegu zitakazotumika, halafu baadaye utaambiwa kwamba unga ule unakobolewa, unakula chakula ambacho kimekobolewa. Na ukienda kwenye commercial pia watakwambia kula mahindi ambayo ni dona sio salama kwa sababu yameshatumia dawa, na utajikuta tena unaingia kwenye magonjwa kama kupata kansa. Sasa tuangalie dhana yake hiyo. Je, hatuwezi kupata hiyo substance farming kwenye smart farming kuliko dhana ile ya commercial farming? Nashukuru.
Asante sana, tumekupata. Sasa, because we are running out of time, is it really burning, sir? Okay.
I make it very short. 3 things, or 2. What I would like to know from the SGC colleague is kind of what the problem is always a certification with regard to quality, etc. So even when you work with supermarkets as a small-scale farmer, that certificate is a problem. Can you do group certifications? Because you mentioned that it is possible and that would reduce the cost significantly. Second, same thing. How far are you with certification of seeds? Because there's this ownership of seeds and using the traditional seeds rather than the commercial ones. How are your thoughts about that?
Very good. That's a very short question, and that adds value. Okay, the last one, please.
Yes, so my name is Warren, and I work on renewable energy sector. So on the company that we work with, we are working with electrifying local villages, which most of them, their main activity is farming and agriculture in general. So we had some constraints, and mainly is they were using the substantial farming methodologies, which it doesn't align with our vision of producing and providing zero carbon emitting energy. So we created a platform where they could get not only best methodologies that they could use on their agricultural activities, but also that could give them tips, let's say, of weather and of the climate changes in general. And there is a plan of also creating a blockchain platform that will be powered by blockchain, where the customers will be linked with the local markets without them finding out, them going in towns to find the markets. So in the SADC community, targeting the SGS presentation, is there a plan of having this kind of platform where it will be powered with, let's say, emerging technologies that will kind of first standardize the market and also connect the local farmers with different market areas using this platform? So basically they want to meet with let's say outside markets or even local markets without even moving steps from where they're living, basically. So it will also act as a certifier of the products of the farmers. Let's say if the goal is for them to farm with methodologies that they do not emit greenhouse gases, then the chain, for them to sell their product on that blockchain system, they have to be kind of certified that they are not producing, they're not producing these greenhouse gases, or they're not contributing to the carbon emission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, I just want to give 1 or 2 minutes to our speakers to wind up. Just answer the question and wind up very briefly. Karibu. We'll start with Dr. Makame.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. One is the issue of the priority of agriculture. Actually, you will agree with me, so I don't need to speak much about that, because this has been slotted the last, but it was not even announced until the moderator had to intervene. And I think we should give it the attention it really deserves. And when we come to my brother from Kisarawe, Saidi, Saidi has spoken many issues, but to just sum it up is that we have a local government in Kisarawe, we have a district commissioner in Kisarawe, and we have initiatives at Kisarawe which are catering for local entrepreneurship and production. And we have a very dynamic district commissioner there who would really take this on and see to it that the initiatives that are being proposed by the company are worked on. And much as that has been said now let me just wind up by saying issues of overregulation and maybe changing the interpretation of food and cash crops. Because usually we used to interpret some items as food crops and others as cash crops. But now we see even food is becoming a cash crop. But we have also food export ban being imposed, and there was an issue of uncertain policies. So when we impose food export ban and hindering the farmers to export their productions, at times we really discourage their production. But, and this is the last one now, Mr. Moderator. When you are talking about subsistence farming, and you're talking about smart agriculture, and you're talking about commercial farming, these may be the same or different. The subsistence farming, there's no commerce in it. The commercial farming, it means maybe you are just producing for selling on. But with smart agriculture, it can be for subsistence and it can be for commercial, both, as Mr. Marwa here said. But what you can do is, you can have commercial, but with subsistence. So you have to feed yourself, you have to make sure that you are food secure, but also you sell on the surplus. So you have to make sure that what you are producing with greater yield so that you have surplus to sell on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you, moderator. I would like to comment on the issue of agriculture not being given a priority in the region. That is very true. For an example, from my country, we used to say agriculture is the backbone of the economy of our country. But when it comes to prioritization, it's not prioritized as the first priority. It comes the last on the list. So that's the biggest challenge all over in the region. Another thing which I would like to comment on, there was a mention of farmers signing the contracts, doing contractual farming in some places or in some countries. I don't know whether it's working for them, but for us, it failed, that contractual farming. Because now at the end, when you failed to produce enough to sell, to pay the loan, you remain with the debt. for that somebody you signed a contract with. It's very dangerous. I would say to the farmers, you run away from that. Another thing which I would like to comment on, it's about subsistence farming emitting greenhouse gases. I would say that is not true. If you look at the figures of how much subsistence farming is contributing to the emission of the greenhouse gases, it's almost zero compared to other things. It's not subsistence farming. That needs to be corrected. And last but not least, it was a comment from my sister there, where she was asking me about if we can ask the experts to help us preserve our indigenous knowledge and our indigenous knowledge. I would say that is what precisely I was trying to make a point of here.
Good. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I think all I just quickly want to mention is there's just one thing that we should not overlook, and that is because of population growth and climate change, we need to produce 70% more food by 2050 that we are doing right now. So subsistence farming will not be able to keep up with that. And the next point I want to make is smart farming is all about predictive data. It's all about scientific approach. It doesn't mean GMOs. Our company is testing for various GMOs. We are testing for allergens and all kinds of things that are detrimental to people and their health. So at the end of the day, smart farming does not mean we're going the GMO route. Last thing is the world are focused on quality goods. They want these naturally organic grown products. So if you commercialize that concept, then you give a great product with the same principles as what subsistence farming used to be. And to the gentleman on my right, yes, we do a group approach in terms of testing and trying to group farmers together to make it more affordable and more viable to do all of that testing that is required for the farmer. Thank you.
My quick concluding statement would be, starting from the delegations I've participated with, when politicians, the missions, they go to the farmers, and after appreciating a good work, what they have done, the concluding remarks are said, and I quote, "We appreciate farmers that you are working hard, and we encourage you to work more harder." End of quote. And here also I've heard the same words as we were going around the booth. I was standing behind some of the delegates, and we were encouraging those making displays to say, "We appreciate you are doing good work, work hard, work hard." Probably from this session, let's change the message. Let's tell the farmers not to work harder, but rather they should work smarter. And what does that involve? They have to trim the fat. You ask some farmers why they are growing A, B, C, D, or 20 crops, and to them they are just enjoying all those 20 crops. There is no value. Can they be strategic, prioritize, and grow what can help them to move a step forward? But at the same time, let the farmers start measuring the results of what they get, and not only the time. Some farmers challenge you and say, "I've been farming for the past 25 years or 30 years. I've got the experience." Then the next question is, how have you moved? There are other indicators we have to measure when we talk of smart agriculture. Food, yes, one of it. Economic values, nutrition, many other elements. So the key message is, let us all support farmers in the investment itself, in the policies itself, to help the farmer to move to smart agriculture. The economy, as he has mentioned, the world is becoming complex. We're having pressure, different pressures, the population, the economics, the demands of the even consumers That's where it drives us all to move towards smarter agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, speakers. There is one question that has not been answered, and it's very critical. There is someone from Tanzania who wanted to know if SGS can work with the farmers in Tanzania and help them comply to European market and get certificates as you do, where you do.
I think that is exactly why we are here. We want to get involved in crop governing bodies. We are involved in various countries in their crop governing bodies. And yes, they are welcome to have my card and we can discuss it for sure.
So the one who asked the question, please, after the meeting, you can exchange communication so that you carry on the discussion after here. Ladies and gentlemen, time has been very short to discuss all critical issues regarding this important topic. I'm not convinced that we have explored all the critical issues regarding small-scale farming and the transformation of small farmers in the region. There are issues that I wanted to know in details, but they didn't come out clearly, but at least our colleague from Malawi has mentioned it, the issue of block farming. I'm not sure if you are familiar with block farming. I'm not talking about blockchain. Blockchain is some kind of new money. I'm not talking about blockchain. I'm talking about block farming. You see, when you have farmers, say, in 100 hectares, you grow 100 crops. You can't make it. You grow beans, your neighbor is growing cassava, another neighbor is growing sugarcane, another one papaya. When you harvest, nobody gets enough. I have two cases here. One trader has called me, he wants to buy all groundnuts, any amount of groundnuts that I have, or if I can connect him with the farmers who can supply him with groundnuts. But there is no any farmer who can go into the contract with this buyer because he needs minimum 40 tons per month. There is no farmer who can supply that. Another one has called me. He wants sunflower. He is ready to enter into contract with the farmers to buy any amount of sunflower, but of a certain variety. But there is no farmer because farmers have 5 acre, 1 acre, 2 bags, and so on. Now, through block farming, where you identify a block of farm, where at the moment farmers are growing different crops, you convince them through policies and incentives to put that land under one crop. So that when you bring the machine, like a tractor, you don't have to ask yourself about boundaries. The tractor will just farm the whole block. When it comes to planting, the tractor will plant the whole block. The same applies to weeding and then harvesting. Or maybe if you are not in agreement, at harvesting you can say everybody goes to his plot and harvest. You can get more crops and money than the current situation. I think that's an area where SADC can intervene by asking governments to develop policies that will support block farms for maize, for rice, for cassava, for whatever. And then it is much easier when you have a block like that to go into contract farming. You can contact a buyer and negotiate to sell crops that come from this block of farm. You can go to the bank. The bank will understand that we are borrowing money for this block. Or you can even go for installation of irrigation facilities for the block. Just imagine just 1 acre, someone going to buy irrigation equipment. It won't work. This should come as a policy. These issues, I would have loved to hear them coming up in the discussion. And then we go to contract farming. Time is not enough, as you have said it correctly. The session has been placed at the 11th hour. There is little we can do, but continue thinking about these things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for active participation. I particularly thank our speakers who has done a very good job. Thank you very much. Can we put our hands together for them? Thank you so much. There are so many take-home messages from your presentations, from your questions and discussions. I believe the organizers will take these messages on board when establishing resolutions for these sessions. Otherwise, I thank you very much and I wish you a very good evening. Thank you.